What's up? This is Vince Carter. You're listening to a 3-point conversion. Check it out.
We're going to get started with questions in the room in person before turning it over to the Zoom room. We're going to start with Sarah Spencer.
Yeah, just what can you say about the guys getting back in this game, narrowing it to 6 at one point in the fourth, and then just kind of fighting back? And is that sort of an example of what the team has been doing for most of the season?
It's just a resilient group. You know, they've been doing this all season long. And, you know, I want to, thank the organization, Tony, Jamie, and Travis for the opportunity to work with this group. They've been a great group all season long. You know, it was a huge challenge for them once, Coach Pierce was let go. And I challenged those guys to be better, to do better, to sacrifice, to commit to each other, and they did. It just shows that when you get a group of guys just working together for the same common goal, they have talent. Every NBA team has talent. You can win games. And, what they did this season it wasn't luck wasn't involved. It was hard work. It was sacrificing. It was committing to each other. It was trusting each other. And the effort was there every single night. And, they played themselves into the Eastern Conference Finals, with a chance to go to the finals. But, Milwaukee is a really good team. They're a really good team. I know they was missing Giannis, but that team was on a mission. They've been on a mission for the last couple of years. Every time we tried to make a run tonight, they answered. And, they just, Bud and his crew really just did a solid job in this series. I thank them. I thank them for committing. I thank them for sacrificing. I thank them for trusting and believing. Because none of this would have happened if we didn't do all of those things. And they did. They sacrificed. They committed. They believed. And, what we were trying to do here, the changes that we were trying to make, taking that next step, committing to each other, playing the game the right way, playing the game together. And all of those guys did that. We had a ton of injuries this season. And, guys like Solomon and Tony Snell, Brandon, they all stepped in when they got their opportunity and made the most of it. And then you have Clint and Kevin and Bogey. Cam comes back from an injury and gives us a lift. Trae just, I've seen a lot of growth in this team, in Trae leading this team. And as I, told him, this wasn't a fluke. This wasn't luck. He's built for this time of the season, and he did a hell of a job leading his team here.
This is the start of something special after this kind of run.
I think I told them that it certainly could be. They've gotten a taste of what it takes to get here. It's hard. And they committed to working hard and basically approached it one game at a time. And, they beat some really good teams, New York and Philadelphia, to get here. So, this could be the start of something that is consistent. I know the organization, Tony just talked about his commitment to this team and this organization to continue to win. They want to win here. He wants to build a winner, and he's willing to do whatever it takes. That was his message to the team, and I have a great deal of respect for these guys and their approach to this season, and my coaching staff. It doesn't happen if this coaching staff doesn't do the job that they did for me to take over a team mid-season and for this team to have the turnaround that it did. A lot of things had to fall in place and work for us, and the coaching staff did a great job of helping me adjust and adapt, keeping these guys mentally, physically ready to go. And, we all challenge ourselves and each other to have a successful season. So I want to give, thanks to those guys as well.
Bogdan?
Nate, obviously, Trae this last couple of games came back today. Looked like he was fighting that foot, but trying to play through it. What did you see from his performance?
I saw a guy, the message was no regrets. We don't want no regrets after this game tonight. And we leave everything we have out on the floor. And that's what I saw from Trae. The fact that he hasn't done anything on the floor since the injury. This was the first time that he has done anything live on the floor. So he was gassed. He was breathing hard. Cam was the same way. Both of those guys, tonight left everything they had out on the floor. And I thought as a group, we did, and that was the message. No regrets at the end of this game. Empty your tank. And I thought this group, they did.
You mentioned someone talking in the locker room about the vision you see for this team going forward, things you guys can do. You obviously still technically have interim tag on your title. You want to be back with this group going forward?
We're gonna talk. Of course, we're gonna talk. I'm gonna talk with this organization. I just appreciate them giving me the opportunity, and thankful that they had the trust, to put me in charge of running this organization. So we will have a conversation here, I'm sure, pretty soon.
Nate, was it a given that Trae was going to try to go tonight? And from your view, what could he do because of that?
No, it wasn't a given. This morning, he did not do anything on the floor. We had a walkthrough. He was getting treatment. He was watching from the sidelines and, watching the game plan. So he really he didn't do anything except for the test that they put him through before the game. They put him, through some tests before the Milwaukee game. And that test consists of some movement, seeing if he can jump off of it, seeing what type of pain tolerance he has to go through. He did that again tonight. Again, about 40 minutes before the game, our trainer came up and said that Trae is going to go.
And it seemed like not only was he not explosive, but there were a couple times early in the game where he was sort of hesitated and had a couple turnovers. Was it clear to you that he wasn't going to be the Trae?
Well, we knew that he was going to. He had the injury, so of course he wasn't going to be the guy that we are used to seeing out there. But you have to take a lot of things in consideration. The first thing is he's not going to injure himself anymore by going out there and playing. And, that's going to be the first thing that they talk about. And if he feels that he can help this team, then we'll let him play. And he felt that he wanted to give it a try. I saw some times where he was grimacing, but the effort that he gave us, I thought it's really more than I expected.
And I'm sorry, one follow-up to this question. I know that, you said you're just right after the game. not just assume that you want to come back?
Jeff, we were talking. But this was the conversation when I took over, was that you got the team for the year, and a lot of good things have happened. We'll talk at the end of the season. So the end of the season is here. So I'm sure we will have a conversation. But I've enjoyed working with this group. I've enjoyed working with this organization, and I'm sure we'll have a conversation here soon.
Back to Sarah.
Hey, Nate, another question about Trae, but kind of in a different direction. Just overall, I know he kind of got injured late, but just how did you see him handle his first playoff run? And just the maturity as kind of the leader of this team.
I think he's built for this time of the season. You need a player that can create and put the ball in the basket, but create opportunities for his teammates, that has that confidence that he has shown out on the floor. He's fearless. He doesn't back down from anyone or any type of challenge. Teams have put bigger physical players on him. Teams have double teamed him. They've knocked him down. They've done a lot of things that you do to good players like that. And, this kid continues to take that and find ways to be productive. And, I've seen a lot of good players and great players in this league. And I think he has that potential. I really do think he has that potential. He gives everything he has when he's out there on the floor. This guy is committed to winning. He's committed to this team, and he has a talent, a special talent that you need in order to have success this time of the year.
Chris.
You only coach Cam for a few games, but what do you think about him moving forward and just how he fits with this team?
I mean, I just think about this. It's a young team with a lot of talent, and you think about Trae, and you think about John, and you think about DeAndre. You think about Cam. That core is a good group, and the fact that I only coached Cam for 3 games, and trying to figure out how to use him. And tonight he got hot, and we just kind of created some options for him. So I've really took to Cam when I first got here. He was a kid that I talked to early, and was really wanting to coach him. I think he has a lot of, I see a lot of Paul George in Cam, his length, his ability to defend, working on his offensive game. Tonight, he shot the ball well, shooting the 3 as well as putting the ball on the floor, getting to the basket. Kind of the makeup is really similar. And, he showed that he has a lot of potential. That's a talented player.
After how last season ended for you, what has this run meant for you just personally, from starting here as an assistant, taking over the season, and now in the Eastern Conference Finals? What was that like?
It's truly a blessing. It really is. A lot of my family members and friends and my pastor, you talk about, when one door closes, another door opens. And, I didn't expect this to happen, but it did. And it was just a blessing. It really was a blessing. I really didn't look back on what had happened, last season. My focus was on, once I got this opportunity to come down and try to help, first Coach Pierce, and then when the opportunity presented itself for me to coach this team, to try to make it better. And, that was just the focus this entire season, trying to make it better here for this organization. And, it really was a blessing. I thank God for all the opportunities and the blessings that have been provided to me this year.
All right, we're gonna switch to Jelani and get a couple questions from the Zoom room.
Time for 2 from Zoom. They will come from Maria Martin and then Jamila Johnson.
Coach, I'm sure it's probably hard to rein in all of the emotions right now and think back about the whole scope of the season, but what has this group in particular really taught you, and what do you take away as a coach from this group?
They've shown a lot of growth, and they certainly have improved over the season. They are a resilient group. They are a group that committed and sacrificed and connected throughout this season. I never had to question their effort. This season, it was a challenge to them as well as the staff that we needed to be better. And they accepted that challenge, and they were better. They continued to improve, and they did some things that surprised a lot of people. We talked about shocking the NBA. I think this group this year, they did shock the NBA with their sacrificing and their commitment to each other, the trust that they showed, the work that they put in to get to this point.
Hey, Coach. I know you talked a lot about the growth of the players, but coming from a personal aspect, have you grown at all during this playoff run? And what have you learned about yourself? Have you reinforced anything about yourself?
Yes, I've become a lot more patient than I've been. I had a few friends and a few people to say, old school Nate would have done this or done that, or would have responded or reacted in this way. I've been patient. I've grown myself tremendously with this group, and I say that because I've allowed these guys to be themselves. You sometimes you try to create a culture, and it's kind of your way or the highway. And this season it was more adapting to the players and how they learn, and how different ways to motivate and keep them lifted. So I've become a lot more patient with players, with the game, with myself, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it this season.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you, guys.